All right, so we're going to be looking today at comparing 3 of the cash shops, the big 3 fighting games, to see whether or not they're actually worth the money or time, right? And actually having a direct comparison between the 3 I think is very helpful. So we're going to start off with Street Fighter 6 first. Right? There's a lot of stuff that's available through the actual shop. I'm actually going to show this as well, because when you go to get, say, the premium sort of like, you know, Fight Pass or Battle Pass, whatever it's called, you actually have to spend at a minimum of $17 to get 610 fighter coins, right? And as you can see on the screen, a lot of the stuff is either purchased through drive tickets or the actual fighter coins themselves. So the drive tickets you can earn in-game, the fighter coins you can actually buy with real-world currency and then use that to actually go ahead and purchase some of this stuff. There's actually 4 currencies in the game, which is like really nuts. You've also got this shop here, which is the Hub Goods shop, which allows you to come in and either spend drive tickets or fight coins or fighter coins to purchase stuff. And keep in mind, this is purely just for your avatar, right? Outside of getting the 3rd outfit for your character and extra colors, everything else in this game is primarily directed towards your actual avatar character in that regard, which is a pain in the butt, right? And the Fight Pass, as you can see there, 600 coins or 250, but you can't get a minimum. You got to spend the minimum of $17 to actually get the amount in order to buy the actual Fight Pass itself, which is a real shame because, like, again, ultimately, this thing is just full of content just for your avatar character. Nothing of any sort of major significance. And if you're going to do things like this with a FOMO attached to it, then why don't you make it worthwhile? Like, absolutely make it worthwhile. Now, you can actually do both monthly, daily, and weekly challenges that you can see here on the screen that give you everything from fighter coins, kudos, that sort of thing. Now, there is one currency that is actually locked away, but we'll get to that in a minute, because it is one that actually isn't one that you use in the normal sort of shop itself, if you will, right? But the kudos themselves you actually get, which actually allow you to unlock different levels within each character. So think of it kind of like gaining favor with these characters, right? So as you get more and more kudos for every character, you'll unlock certain things at certain levels that they have there. But again, it's just stuff, you know. It's nothing sort of really outlandish. It's just fluff that you can absolutely live without, you know, in the game, just to keep you busy, if you will, right? Now, the other thing too here is, of course, that when you're in World Tour, you actually have Zenny, and Zenny is a currency that's only used in World Tour, and that allows you to purchase stuff yet again just for your character. But the interesting part with this is that these avatar things that you do buy within the game itself actually do carry over to the avatar that you then use in the actual world, like the Fight Hub mode, right? So when you're running around the little fighter hub, that's where this will actually show up, which is pretty cool, right? I do actually like that it'll actually transfer over to other parts of the game. Now, of course, moving on to Mortal Kombat, this is not going to take very long considering the way that it is done, but essentially you have stuff that doesn't even have a timer anymore on when it rotates, right? The quality of the stuff is, you know, middling, but again, it all comes down to personal choice. You do get some bundles in there, like the Johnny Cage one just there. You might have, it's a bundle, so it's the same outfit, but all different colors that are available. You get different gear pieces that are there too. And of course, if you look on the screen, if you want to buy the minimum amount of Dragon Crystals, you have to spend $7.55 for the 500, which, you know, again, it's quite expensive. It's one of the most expensive options out there in order to get hold of the Dragon Crystals and then use that in-game, which is a shame, right? You've also got seasonal items too. Now, the interesting thing too, and I know people have pointed this out before, seasonal items are free. You don't pay for the season, you don't pay for a battle pass. The seasonal items do come in every, you know, however long they run the season for. But the downside with this is that most of the outfits are just like chroma key swaps. They've just taken the same outfit and they'll just swap the colors out, maybe make some modifications here or there, but ultimately we aren't getting like these massive changes. And there's not a lot of skins, not color palettes, skins available in the game per character. Some actually have more than others, which is quite bad. I think they need to fix that, right? Some of these are just woeful, like absolutely woeful design. Like who made these? They're really, really terrible. Considering as myself as a Mortal Kombat fan, when you look at previous games and the quality that they've given us, you sit there and go, this is terrible. Also, any combat pack character does not have access to any seasonal items whatsoever. They get none. Absolutely none, right? And that's terrible. They should have absolutely, like, they should have stuff made for them or retroactively made for them, so that way you can then, sort of bring them up to speed with the rest of the characters in the game, which I think would be good, right? So yes, while the seasonal stuff is free, it's not that great. Grinding up the coins is a pain in the butt, which you got to do through invasions. So in the end, it's like, like there might be some cool stuff, but not really. And of course, in the very beginning, there was a lot of confusion with the store because of the simple fact that we actually had some stuff that was marked, some stuff that wasn't, some stuff that was actually available through the shrine, So if we go to the Steam store part here, this is where you can actually buy stuff via directly the Steam page or whatever console you're on, and it shows you here all the characters, like unlockable characters like Havoc and Shang Tsung in the beginning, and then of course all the DLC characters, including some very exclusive outfits as well for a couple of the characters as well, and of course the cameos as well. So this sort of stuff is stuff that is available on the actual Steam page itself, and of course respective console store pages as well. It also showcases here how much the actual, how many dragon crystals you get per one, and then of course, like I said, when you click on 500, it pops up this on the screen for you to see. So again, you've got to spend more, right, when you may not want to spend more, and that's a real shame. I really prefer if we could just target the specific stuff that we're after. And now, of course, we move on to the Tekken shop, which was hidden from reviews. They released this after the fact. I know it's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Personally, I think the quality of the gear and actual outfits that they brought on to the store is great. The party effects, though, while cheap, they do run out. Everything else has got an infinite amount of uses. Naturally, you can color all the different outfits and gear pieces, whatever color you want. They're now bringing in universal outfits, so that way you buy the one pack and then you can get everything. The good thing too also is that when you go into each character over time, this sort of shop is going to fill up. So when you go into Jin, you're actually going to see all the stuff available for Jin. It appears that they don't remove stuff from the store like they do with the Mortal Kombat store, which is really good, okay? So it's good that they keep everything in there and they slowly just build up that library. But again, you have to spend more. For example, if you want to get the Tekken Fight Pass, you actually have to spend more than the actual base coin pack that you can get, which is a real shame. So then you're having to spend $10 instead of $7 or $8 or whatever it is, or actually more than that. I think it's $15, right? To actually then get hold of the coins that you need to buy the Premium Fight Pass. And the Premium Fight Pass is just like the Street Fighter one. It's just full of just garbage. Some people have said it's just upscale stuff from Tekken 7 and now trying to resell it back to us. And that's just terrible. Like, there's nothing great in there at all. There should be, what they should have in there is like full outfits that can apply to any character, not just little bits and pieces of clothes. I think that would be a good step forward. Now, obviously, you can see here too, you got all the different Tekken coin packs. That obviously, like the minimum one is $7.55 Australian for like 500. But like I said, to get the Tekken Fight Pass Premium, you got to spend 600 coins. And if you don't have any coins, then you're stuck, right? You can also do a level skip as well by spending 2,000, but it's only 20 levels, okay? Only 20 levels. So while the prices of the outfits are actually better quality and the better quality outfits at a cheaper price than, say, Mortal Kombat 1 or Street Fighter 6 that does actually require a higher premium to buy the outfit 3 for each character, the Tekken shop so far is actually probably the best. Outside of this Tekken Fight Pass, the Tekken shop is actually really good. Like, they've actually done a pretty good job when it comes to that, which I'm very happy about, right? So, you know, again, like, you might look at the Tekken Fight Pass and go, oh yeah, that's some pretty good quality. I'm pretty happy with, you know, the stuff that it's offering. And again, as I always state, don't worry about my opinion. If you're happy with it and you're happy to spend the money, do it, right? It's your time, it's your money, it's your experience. But just keep in mind about how this sort of stuff is actually going. So you can also earn, there's daily and weekly quests too that you can level up for the Tekken Fight Pass too. Got to do a video on it. You can actually earn Tekken Fight Pass XP from fighting even after you've completed this stuff. So that's pretty good. So there are ways to level it up, and it seems to be leveling it up so far, like, pretty fast. Next level's 30 for me. So, you know, it's just very disappointing with what Tekken's been doing. It's taken a lot of people off, you know, off guard in regards to all of this sort of stuff, and it's a real shame. Because it looks like they've got some really awesome quality content coming through. This Nina outfit is amazing. But again, it's it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's the Tekken Fight Pass, you gotta up your game, you gotta get better content in there. You really, really, really do, right? So that's looking what? Hey. I had to finish the video on this because you guys know that I've talked about this game quite fondly. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising just today has announced and released its third season and battle pass. But not just that, we're going to dive into the store, the rupee store. The rupees is the currency, you can see it over there. Rupees is earned exclusively in-game. You cannot buy this currency anywhere else. You cannot convert this currency from real-world money. And a lot of the stuff that is available in the store when it comes to the actual character colors, weapon skins and weapon colors are actually all available, apart from a few, in each character's level mastery track. It goes up to level 500. After level 300, it's just a long slog to 500. But up to level 300, you can unlock everything from different weapon skins, colors, rupees, weapon cutouts, which is the weapons that you use when you're playing the Granblue multiplayer, you know, fun, family fun game mode. A lot of this stuff is unlocked through the actual the character mastery themselves. So, and where you can see where it's got LV next to something like an item, that indicates that that is part of the mastery track. Don't waste your rupees, just do this. This is phenomenal. Like, truly, like, they have done an absolutely wonderful job when it comes to the implementation of their in-game store. And some of their stuff as well, that, you know, for example, they brought out a Catalina outfit, which was like about 25, I think, or 23,000 rupees. And I'm like, well, I'm not wasting my rupees on that. And then I found out that they were actually selling it on the Steam store. So I actually had the option. To spend either real-world money, which I think was about $6, $7 to get it, or grind up the rupees to then access that content, right? Now, the draw tickets that you can see here too, this is purely just for your avatars and the avatars that you're using in the Granblue mode, right? So you'll unlock different weapon skins, and of course, when you pick up weapons in Granblue, it'll look like customized to the way that you want it to look. Now, this is what the Steam page looks like when we actually go to the store part. We scroll down and you can see all the items that are available for DLC. And you can see there, when I expand it, there will be a Catalina outfit that I have purchased, right? You've also got the deluxe character pass as well, and a whole bunch of other things that are available too. Everything from buying the characters individually and whatnot, to different extra colors if you want them, that sort of thing. But this is the best shop I have ever seen in a fighting game. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising is destroying the other three big AAA fighting game shops by offering no currency conversion, no currency packs at all. And not just content that you can buy different avatars. You don't actually outfit the avatars with different gear or different colors, but you'll outfit the weapons, but you then use the draw tickets for that. They actually make it so that you can use your rupees. You can spend that in game. If you're like, nah, I'm not gonna wait. I don't want to grind up some of the mastery track. By the way, the mastery track is really easy to grind up XP wise. It is so good. You just play online and you get tons of XP whether you win or lose. It's a win-win, right? Every single time. But because every single mastery track for every single character, and there's so many characters in the game, yield a whole bunch of rupees that you can earn. Not to mention then if you buy the battle passes, you get tons. I think I've worked it out. I think it's about 3,000 rupees that you can earn from spending $8 for the entire battle pass. And of course, the entire battle pass, you're getting tons and tons and tons of content as well. Everything from a unique outfit at the end for a specific character, different weapon colors, different character colors, draw ticket unlocks, rupees, background pictures, little sort of like, what do they call them? Like, they're kind of like little, they look like, sort of like stamps, like they're designed for your profile card, right? Can't think of the name off the top of my head. It is absolutely phenomenal, right? So if I had to choose between the top three before Granblue crashed the party, I would absolutely take, I think Tekken 8 store is the best, right? In terms of price per Tekken coins versus the outfit. So if you're only after the outfits, it's pretty good. The Tekken Fight Pass is an absolute woeful joke. Second to that, I think it sort of comes down to, I'd probably put Street Fighter because it's got so much content. But the downside is that 99% of that content is just, 98% of the content, 1% for the outfit 3, 1% for the different colors. 99% of that is just for your actual avatar, right? So it's hard because if you're after the avatar stuff, you're sold. If you're after stuff for your character, you are severely restricted. So in Mortal Kombat 1's case, it probably pips it there because everything you're buying on the store, because you don't have any avatars to outfit, and everything that you do buy is for the characters in the game, then that gives you more customization if that's something that you're after. Not to mention also if you're interested in the invasion stuff, that's also available for free as well. So, Granblue Fantasy vs Rising is the tippy top for me. It is 100% winning when it comes to the microtransactions things, because it is doing everything right. It is respecting the player, it is respecting your time, and giving you so much content in the game to not only unlock but also spend rupees on that you earn in-game. That's great. The rest, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide now. Anyway, catch you next time.